say my family is important to me would be an understatement. They're the motivation for everything I do. I want them to live and grow in a community where they can feel safe and protected. In Iowa, we are fortunate to have some of the best local law enforcement officers in the nation. They play a big role in creating the fine quality of life we have come to enjoy. Unfortunately, too many communities need more officer assistance than local budgets can afford. As a reserve officer, I'm proud to offer my time and abilities to serve my community in this way. I'm ready, I'm willing, and because of the training and support I receive as a member of the Iowa State Reserve Law Officers Association, I'm able to serve. On any given day, I may find myself partnering with a full-time officer during routine patrol, answering phones and dispatching emergency units in response to a disaster, providing additional security for a parade or sporting event, or directing traffic for morning and afternoon rush hours. My responsibilities as a reserve law officer begin with training. During my first 4 years, I receive a minimum of 150 hours of training. 30 hours are for firearms training as mandated by the Code of Iowa. The content of the remaining hours is selected by a local chief of police or county sheriff from curriculum approved by the Iowa Law Enforcement Academy Council. The Iowa State Reserve Law Officers Association offers training seminars twice each year. A 3-hour class is offered at the association's annual spring conference, and a 6-hour class is offered at the Law Enforcement Academy each August. The Iowa State Reserve Law Officers Association has also established training at several community colleges throughout the state. These courses are held on weekends and fit comfortably into my personal and professional schedule. Instructors come from various law enforcement agencies throughout the state to help sharpen skills. Classes are offered in areas such as defensive tactics, use of force, officer safety, criminal law, motor vehicle law, drug recognition, search and seizure, and CPR and basic first aid. Sessions are also held to aid an officer's effectiveness in situations involving domestic abuse or crisis intervention. Additional hours of training are required for reserve officers to carry weapons. This training, the same that is required for full-time officers, is conducted both in the classroom and on a firing range. Firearms qualification is offered at the association's annual shoot. Here, all reserves are given the opportunity to fulfill their yearly training requirements. Qualification can also be completed at an officer's home range. Trophies are awarded for several classes of individual and team shooters during competition shooting. Once all training is complete, reserve officers are certified by the chief of police or sheriff who heads the department in which he or she will serve. Many reserve units purchase their own patrol cars and equipment. For local departments, this means fully equipped patrol cars with well-trained officers. In fact, each of the Reserve Association's 10 districts has a director who serves on the association's board and works with local law enforcement to establish new reserve units. The majority of Iowa's cities and counties rely on reserve officers in order to meet the unique law enforcement needs of their communities. This typically includes routine patrol duties or community service projects, but it can also involve special events such as a 4th of July celebration, a visiting dignitary, or RAGBRAI. There are hundreds of reserve officers in the state of Iowa who are assisting local law enforcement, and I'm proud to be one of them. It is difficult to choose one aspect of reserve work as a favorite. However, community service projects that help children and families are near the top of my list. As a reserve officer, I have helped parents teach their children how to avoid being taken against their will. And I have helped those same parents secure identification for each of their children through the Child ID program.
Should we go this way?
This is truly where the hope for our future lies. Am I ready, willing, and able to assist in maintaining that future? You bet I am. I'm a Reserve Law Officer and a member of the Iowa State Reserve Law Officers Association.